Have you ever fallen asleep and had a dream that felt too real? A dream where everything looked normal, but something wasn't right? What if I told you there exists a Pokémon episode that was never released to the public? Not because it was unfinished, but because of what it did to the people who watched it. Some viewers claimed they couldn't wake up properly after watching it. Others said they started seeing the same dream every single night. And a few claimed something far worse, that the dream started watching them back. This lost episode is known as the Sleep Forest Incident. In this story, Ash and Pikachu enter a forest where sleep isn't rest. It's a trap, and once you fall asleep, you don't wake up. So before we begin, if you're watching this late at night, just remember, not every dream is meant to be escaped. If you enjoy dark and mysterious Pokemon stories, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because I post stories like this regularly. And I want to ask you something. If you had a Pokemon in real life, which one would you choose and why? Let me know in the comments below. Now, turn down the lights and let's begin. It was supposed to be just another route. Ash and Pikachu had been traveling for hours, moving through a region that didn't feel familiar, but wasn't marked as dangerous either. The sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows across the ground. "We should find a place to rest soon," Ash said. Pikachu gave a quiet nod. That's when they saw it, a forest. But something about it felt wrong. Not visually, not obviously, just a feeling like their bodies were telling them not to go in, but they ignored it because nothing looked dangerous. And sometimes the most dangerous places look completely normal. As they stepped inside the forest, everything changed. The temperature dropped slightly. The air felt still, too still. No wind, no rustling leaves, no Pokemon sounds. Pikachu stopped walking. Its ears twitched slightly. "What is it?" Ash asked. Pikachu looked around as if it was trying to hear something that wasn't there. That's when Ash realized the silence wasn't natural. It felt controlled. Night came faster than expected. The sky turned dark almost instantly. Ash quickly set up camp, trying to ignore the strange feeling building in his chest. He lit a small fire. The light flickered, casting shadows that didn't move correctly. Pikachu stayed unusually close to him. "It's just a forest," Ash said quietly, but even he didn't sound convinced. Eventually, exhaustion took over, and one by one, they fell asleep. Ash opened his eyes. He was still in the forest. The fire was still burning. Everything looked normal, but something was missing. Sound, even the fire, made no noise. Ash slowly sat up. "Pikachu?" No response. He turned toward him and froze. Pikachu wasn't sleeping. It was staring, eyes wide open, completely still. Ash stood up slowly. His breathing became shallow. Something was very wrong. He looked around. The trees, frozen. The fire, frozen. Even the air felt frozen. It was like time itself had stopped moving, except for him. Then, a voice, soft, right behind him. "You woke up too early." Ash's entire body went cold. He turned slowly, but there was nothing there. Just darkness, endless, heavy darkness. "Who's there?" he whispered. No answer. Then again, closer this time. "Go back to sleep." And that's when Ash realized he wasn't awake. He never woke up. Ash took a step back. His heart was pounding now. This isn't real. But the moment he said that, the ground beneath him shifted. Not physically, but something changed. The trees around him slowly began to stretch taller, unnaturally tall. The shadows grew longer, and the sky above started to fade into complete darkness. Then suddenly, everything snapped. Ash was back in his sleeping bag, breathing heavily. Pikachu was beside him, peacefully asleep. The fire crackled normally. Sound had returned. "It was just a dream," Ash whispered, but deep inside, he knew it wasn't over. Ash tried to calm himself down. "Just a nightmare." He looked around again. Everything seemed normal, too normal. Then something small happened. Pikachu twitched, not like waking up, like lagging. It moved, then reset back to its original position. Ash froze. Did I just see that? Then again, Pikachu's body jerked and snapped back like a broken loop. That's when Ash understood. He didn't wake up. He just entered another layer. The air suddenly felt heavier. Ash stood up slowly. He didn't want to move, but something inside him told him to look behind. And when he did, he saw it. A figure standing between the trees, not fully visible. Just a shape. Tall, unnaturally still, watching him. Ash couldn't breathe. What? Are you? The figure didn't move, but the moment Ash blinked, it was closer. The voice returned. This time, clearer. This place follows one rule. Ash slowly stepped back. If you wake up, you go deeper. Ash's mind froze. And if you fall asleep, you stay forever. The figure tilted its head, and for a brief second, Ash saw its eyes. Completely black. Empty. Endless. Ash turned toward Pikachu. We need to leave. Now. But Pikachu didn't respond. Slowly, it stood up. Its movements were wrong. Too slow. Too controlled. Pika! The voice sounded distorted, like multiple voices speaking at once. Ash stepped back. Pikachu? Pikachu's head slowly tilted, and its eyes turned completely black. You didn't wake up, it said. You came deeper. Ash's mind couldn't process it anymore. Pikachu wasn't Pikachu. That thing in front of him was just wearing Pikachu's form. This isn't real, Ash whispered to himself again and again, but the more he said it, the less real everything felt. The ground beneath him began to crack, not like earth, like glass. The sky above started flickering, like a broken screen. Trees bent at impossible angles. The entire world was collapsing, and in the middle of it all, that figure was still standing, watching him. The voice echoed one last time, calm, cold, unavoidable. This isn't your dream. Ash froze. It never was. The figure slowly stepped forward, and now, for the first time, Ash could see it clearly, a Pokémon, but not one he recognized. Its body shifted constantly, like it couldn't hold one form. Its eyes, completely black. You entered my sleep, and now, you don't leave. Ash fell to his knees. His thoughts were fading. His body felt heavy. Please, he whispered, let me wake up. The entity didn't respond. Instead, it raised its hand slowly, and suddenly, everything went silent. Completely silent. Then, a final whisper. You already did. Ash opened his eyes. Morning light filled the forest. Birds were chirping. The air felt normal again. Ash was lying in a sleeping bag. He quickly sat up. It was just a dream. He looked around. Everything looked fine, peaceful. Pikachu sat beside him, smiling. Pika? Ash laughed nervously. Yeah, I'm okay. He stood up slowly. The forest no longer felt strange. It felt normal. Too normal. Then suddenly, everything froze. The birds stopped midair. The wind stopped moving. Ash couldn't move. His body locked in place, slowly. Pikachu turned its head. Its smile widened. Its eyes turned completely black. You're still sleeping. Screen fades to black. If you made it to the end, I have a question for you. Do you think Ash ever woke up, or is he still trapped inside that dream? Let me know in the comments below.